Now in some other news, the opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, is urging the Akufo-Addo government to promptly implement the recommendations of the Emil Short Commission of Inquiry 5 years after the Ayawaso West Wuogon by-election violence. The party insists that the perpetrators must be held accountable to deter similar incidents as the 2024 election approaches.
The Ayawaso West constituency by-election, intended to be peaceful after the incumbent MP's demise, turned violent. Masked men purportedly from national security driving police armored vehicles attacked supporters of the National Democratic Congress candidate Delali Brimpong at a polling center in Labaolishi. 6 individuals were critically injured, with many sustaining wounds. Ishawu Yaro, a victim, recounts his audio 5 years later.
I woke up this morning. Since yesterday, I was just remember that today is 31st when that incident happened in Ayawaso West Wuogon, which is 5 years. I just said, okay, that is life. But I remember many things for the past 5 years in my mind. We went there to work for our party, which is NDC. So we were at our aspirants in front of his gate. So we just saw some people just coming, wearing masks. They just asked us to leave that place. Then we just asked them why. What is their reason? Then they say it's not good for us to stand here because we are too many. Then we just told them, no, we cannot live here because we are in our aspirants in front of the gate. Then they say we should leave. We say no. Then they just start giving a warning shot on the air. So everybody is just struggling. Before we realize they are shooting straight bullets through the crowd. On my way running, before I just realized the gun has taken me. In terms of sake of medical help, is NDC. They are those who are taking care of me since that thing happened. As you can see me, since 5 years, I was just inside, indoor. Only maybe evening time around 5, I just go outside to get some fresh air. I cannot do anything since 5 years. My dream has just shot just within a second.
Following public pressure, a commission was established to investigate the incident. The Emil Short Commission of Inquiry was tasked with uncovering the facts surrounding the violence. It heard testimonies from key witnesses, including MP Sam George, National Security SWAT Team Commander DSP Kofi Azugu, NDC candidate Delali Brimpong, and media personnel. The Commission's report presented to the President recommended compensating victims and prosecuting offenders, including Sam George, assaulter Mohammed Sulemana, and reprimanding Minister Brian Champong for authorizing the operation. However, the government rejected some recommendations as per the white paper.
If you read the government's white paper, they accept those liabilities and agree to pay those compensations. 5 years on, President Akufo-Addo, as callous and wicked as he is, because he authorized this, has not paid compensation to these individuals. I am not, government and the commission said I'm not doing any compensation. I don't want any compensation. The only thing that I want is compensation and justice for the young people of this country whose livelihood was cut short. Mohammed, the other one, has suffered a stroke by virtue of the attacks on his spine using axe. You saw the videos. The media was present that day. An axe was used on his spine. He suffered a stroke. He's bedridden. He was a breadwinner. In fact, what the government has done is to reward every single person that the Emil Short Commission found guilty. They reprimanded Brian Champong and said that he should be sanctioned and made not to hold any public office again or any command position again. Brian Champong has been rewarded by President Akufo-Addo for a good job done by making him a full minister, a cabinet minister for agriculture. The pain these Ghanaians have gone through, it is my prayer every day when we celebrate the anniversary that for every one of them who perpetrated this, including President Akufo-Addo, and everyone in government who was part of this, may their children and their children feel multiples of that pain, and may pain never depart from their family.
The Director of Operations of the Ghana Police Service, DCOP George Alex Mensah, who was involved in the controversial leaked audio scandal where an alleged plot to oust the IGP, answered questions on the violence that occurred at Ayawaso West Wuogon.
Violence that occurred at Ayawaso was not for the elections. It did not happen because of the elections. It was a totally different matter.
Were you satisfied with the output of the police in that election as Director General Operations?
So, Chair, I was satisfied with what the police did at that time, because eventually we were able to finish the elections and the declaration were made and everything ended.
The NDC constituency branch reports voter intimidation at the affected polling center.
Anytime I approach this particular venue where I'm standing now, and especially our former parliamentary candidate of House, Mr. Delari Kwesi Brempong, I feel sad in my heart because we are toying with the democracy that people have really built for us. Ayawaso West Wuogon, as we speak now, is part of the Electoral Commission flashpoint, and we believe that going forward we will change that orientation, because many Ghanaians call on us, Chairman, we will vote for you, are we secured? So we will call on the security agencies that until the right things are done, nobody will respect the law. People who took the law into their own hands, we are expecting that they will be punished.
With another election looming, the NDC leadership expresses concern about potential violence without adequate security measures.
As for going out, we are all going to go out. Nobody will allow a day like this for us to sit and NDC is mourning or being victimized by some of these things. I have stated that we will ensure that in the event that the president failed to deal with this matter, then if there is any plan to repeat any of these, then it will be a collateral damage. Both the MPP will suffer the same thing we will suffer. And that is why the NDC have been calling on the Electoral Commission stakeholders to give Ghana an assurance of a transparent, credible, free and fair election, devoid of malice, devoid of any capricious intentions to manipulate the process in favor of one party or the other. Again, the NDC does not want anybody to manipulate election in our favor. We will not have some military officers going into a constituency to shoot like they did in Techim and South. I can
say you will not have what exactly are you going to
allow that to happen. Nobody would allow that to happen again.
How are you going to do that?
If we find out that a military officer is deployed wrongfully to intimidate in an election, the citizens are given the power under the Constitution to defend themselves.
The incident that occurred here in 2019 at the Ayawaso West Wuogon remains a scar, and for the NDC, they want the right thing to be done to ensure that this does not repeat in the 2024 general elections. For Citi News, Akusia Otre.